All right, all right. Welcome to the Queen Amina Show. I am always super excited to see you guys and the fact that I am alive and well, and we are all able to connect today just to watch this show. Thank you guys so much for coming up. We love you, and we are promising you a time like never before. Our guest today is Dr. Princess Mokolo. Dr. Princess Mokolo has many hats she is wearing, but one thing that I would tell you that I personally know about her, she is a humanitarian worker. She is a powerful trainer and a mentor. Most of the things she does, I'm going to be putting it up, and her website, her Instagram page, her Facebook page, so you can follow her and see more for yourself. Without much ado, I will bring her up and she will tell us just a little bit about who she is, what she does, and she will take the training from there. And I hope as you're coming in, please share the video so that many other people would share and learn from these great information that we're going to be receiving from Dr. Princess this afternoon. So welcome to the show, Dr. Princess.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from.
You are very welcome, and thank you so much for taking the time out to talk with us today. And I just want you to tell us a little bit, because your profile is long. If I'm going to read it, it will take everything away from the great things also that you're going to be sharing with us. But I just told our audience one little thing that I know about you, and I'm holding on to you, is the fact that you are a humanitarian person and you always carry people's heart with you. So please tell us the many things that you do in a summary.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Queen Amina. I want to start by just talking about my why, because today we're talking about everybody identifying their why. So my why is to help people to actualize their God-given gifts, their God-given talents, their God-given potential, to help people to take those potentials, those gifts and those talents to the next level, to help people to apply their gifts and their talents to serving our world, serving humanity, making an impact, and doing so with a spirit of excellence. And then the how that I do this is through training, mentoring, coaching, and just any tools that help to take you from where you are now to the next level. As we begin today to embark on the journey of identifying your why, I hope that all of you will be fulfilled as we get out of this lockdown, stay-at-home situation, that you'll be ready to take the leap to the next level.
Isn't it amazing that a lot of us fly into, I call it fly because we rush into things, and just because it looks beautiful and other people are doing it, I can too. I have the potential to be able to achieve this. I have the education, I have the know-how, my friend is doing it. There's so many whys people jump into things, and the same whys quickly take them out of those things because they're not able to sustain it. But today, you're going to tell us, advise us, coach us, give us tips on how we can sustain that thing that we love so much doing. So, guys, today it's going to be amazing. I'm ready to learn. I have my pen and paper. Please, as you're coming in, share the video. Like I said earlier, if you share the video, you are doing your own part in giving, because this information you have to pay to get it, and she's going to be here the next 1 hour. So please, I'm not going to interrupt her anymore. I want you guys, as you come in, please share the video so other people can watch, and keep sending your questions to me on WhatsApp, please, and thank you. It's easier for me to catch the questions there. Even if you post it up here, I would catch the ones that I can, maybe, but it's better on the WhatsApp number. Thank you guys so much. So, Dr. Princess.
Thank you, Queen Amina. And so, yes, I appreciate you talking about the different whys. And today we want to talk about that big why, the big why that drives everything else, the why of your existence, the why of your purpose in life. And once you identify that, everything else derives from there. The why of your relationship, the why of your career, the why of your chosen, pathway, the why of, the business that you try to do. So just to start with, I want to encourage all of us to know that we all have an overall purpose that guides our lives. And that is the big why. Those who have a way to live can bear with almost anyhow. That is by Viktor Frankl. So if you have a why, those who have a why to live, if you identify your why, if you're driven by your why, you can bear almost anything. The how is secondary. The how could be, different navigations, different iterations of professions, of strategies, but you have to first of all identify your why. Very often we define our lives by what we do. In reality, what we do for a living is really just a part of our overall purpose. The why that guides our life is that purpose. And today we're going to discuss that big why. And really, it's important for everyone to engage in a soul search as to what is their why. But it's even more important during these challenging times that we find ourselves. This is a time of uncertainty. Many have lost their jobs. Many businesses, will not be able to reopen. They've lost so much. And so, it's critical for us to do that evaluation at this time, especially since we have so much time in our hands. Discovering the big why is so critical. And the good news is that as we explore, as we reflect, as we navigate through this journey, we cannot regret the time that we're going to spend, because it will help us to be ready for the next level. Now, the notion of discovering your why ties into the age-old wisdom, that wisdom that says we must begin with the end in mind. So we begin with the end in mind, and then we walk all the way back, and we fit all the rest of the puzzle. Also, we all know that wisdom that says if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. How about the one that says if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there? And so these are the reasons why we have to understand the big why, so that it becomes the guiding principle. It becomes, the foundation on which we lay our plans and our decisions. Bill Walsh is a small business expert, and he says, if your why is strong enough, you will figure out the how. Many times we're chasing after the how, but we need to first identify the why, because there's so many different ways that we can navigate the how. Now, within us is everything that we need to become who we are to become. It just needs to be mined and nurtured. It needs to be developed. It takes guts for us to discover our why. And it takes, grace for us to fail in the process, pick ourselves up, rise up, and keep going until we achieve success. Darlene Brooke expresses this so aptly. I want to encourage you, as you discover your why, to identify the benefits, because that's what is going to give you that, encouragement to search deeper and deeper within yourself. Some of these benefits include, when you discover your why, you're able to stay true to yourself. Discovering your why makes you to begin to understand that everything about life is not all about money. Yes, money is important, money is good, but it's not the ultimate. When you discover your why, you will begin to overcome the feeling of doing something that you hate from day to day. The feeling of, oh, why am I waking up this morning? Why do I have to go to that job? Why do I have to deal with that person? When you know your why, you're able to navigate and organize your life to align with your why. When you know your why, there is no stopping you. No obstacle can stop you from seeking success. You become unstoppable. When you know your why, you will spend time doing what you enjoy. And there's a saying, that if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. If you identify your why and you leave your why, you won't feel like you're being forced to do anything. The daily activities, the commitments, whatever it is that you're doing, that you're investing your time and talents and treasure, become joyful. When you identify your why, when you know your why, you will be more creative. If you're driven by your passion and you're doing what you're made to do, the creative genius, in you, the juices just rise up, and you find yourself, making notes as you're sleeping of ideas, waking up to make notes of ideas. Your inspiration level is all the way up there. When you know your why, you have the motivation to go above and beyond the call of duty. That's when you see high flyers. That's when you see people that have they have an ownership of everything that they do. Stewardship becomes a part of your life. When you know your why, I want to remind you that you will become unstoppable. So now that we've identified the importance of knowing your why, how convinced are you that it is worth your time during this lockdown, during the stay at home, during this, time of just introspection? Identifying your why is not about creating something new. You are not trying to reinvent the wheel. You're not trying to find something that is not there. It's already there. It just takes a moment of reflection. It takes a season of reflection. And that's the season we're in. I want you to reflect on the times that you felt the most fulfilled, the times that you felt the most excitement, the times that you felt the most inspired. What were you doing at those times? What were you thinking? What actions, what activities drove you to that level of fulfillment and excitement? As you reflect on your why, I want you to reflect on what you want to accomplish. What do you want to be? It's funny, we say, when I grow up, I want to be XYZ. I'm still growing. So as I share with you today, it's a facilitation, because I'm going through that process as well of discovering my why. And so I asked myself, as I encourage you to ask yourself, what do you want to be? Why do you want to be that? Why do you want to do what you want to do? Why do you want to, what do you want to be? Why do you want to be that? Why do you want to do what it takes for you to be that? What's your big why? So maybe you're at a point in your life where you're feeling stuck. Maybe you're at a point where you feel like you're going around in circles. You're trying one thing and it fails. You try another thing, it doesn't work. You find yourself in a situation where other people are pushing your buttons. Your parents are telling you what to do. Your friends are telling you, or maybe they're not telling you. You see them do one thing and you're like, okay, if she's doing it, I can do it. I can try. And you're just basically spinning your wheels. You're inundated by too many options. There's so many good things in life for us to do. You're clueless about where to start. Well, the good news is, when you identify your big why, clarity sets in. And that clarity becomes your direction, and it guides you to the next steps. We're identifying our why today. We're starting the process of self-discovery today. And so I urge you to reflect on what you have always dreamt of becoming. What are your deepest desires? What did you want to do when you were 11 or 12? I can still remember what I wanted to do when I was 11 or 12. I always wanted to be a broadcaster. Isn't that funny?
Oh, I love that.
Somebody asked me, what would you want to do? If you look at my books and wherever I would articulate my profile, I'll be like, I'm looking forward to having my own talk show.
Oh, nice. So
I always wanted to be a broadcaster. And I went through so many iterations of being a computer scientist, being a business professional, educator, coach, mentor. I did all of that, and I circled back to my passion, which is all about helping people to develop their God-given potentials, their talents, their gifts, and helping them to do it with a spirit of excellence. And that's what we're doing here today. So what did you want to do when you were 11 or 12? What legacy do you want to leave when you are gone? What do you want people to remember you for? As you can see, all we're doing today is asking questions. All we're doing today is making a note of the questions you're going to ask yourself, because this is for you to do. It is your task to find your why. And my role here is just to guide you, to facilitate you. And as I facilitate you, I'm also learning, because we're constantly evolving. We're constantly improving on our understanding of our why. So back to the questions. Why did you choose to become a doctor, a lawyer, a broadcaster, a teacher, a computer scientist? Why is it important to you? Why is that profession, that role, why is it important to you? Why does it matter to you so much? And how do you know that it matters? Is it because your parents say it matters? Because your dad says, I have a medical practice and it's important for you to study medicine so you can come and take over my practice. I have an architectural firm. It's important. So why does it matter? And how do you know that it matters? Is it because you have a gut feeling? Is it because it excites you? Is it because you're passionate about it? Or is it because of what others say to you? Why do you want more from life? Seriously, as we sit at home, as we have this time of reflection, let's ask ourselves that critical question. Why do we want more from life? Do we want more from life? Are we at a point where we're satisfied with how our lives have been? And with all the uncertainty, what more would we want once by the grace of God, we transcend this current challenges and this current situation? So back to the questions that will help you identify your why. What ticks you off? You look at some things in the world and you just get holy anger, and you're like, why is there so much hunger? Why is there so much inequity? Why is there so much injustice? Why can nobody do this or that, create that, invent that? What are those things that tick you off? What are the things that break your heart? We're talking about your why. We're talking about your purpose, identifying your purpose. What breaks your heart? What causes you to cry? What is that thing that motivates you to want to make a change, to want to do something different, to want to solve a problem, to want to fill a gap? What keeps you awake at night? What is it that prevents you from having a sound sleep? You're thinking about this. You're thinking about the changes. You're thinking about what you could do to make a difference. What are those thoughts? What is that? What is the strongest reason why you jump out of bed each day? I wake up with a bang each day because I'm thinking of the next good idea, great idea that I'm going to share with my friends, my Facebook family, my WhatsApp family, my social media family. I'm thinking about something exciting that will help someone be the better version of themselves, be the best version of themselves. What's your strongest reason for jumping out of bed each day? What is your why? What is your big why? What questions you need to ask yourself to identify your why today? So, what interests do you have? What do you like to do? What are you interested in? You like sports? You like writing, reading? You like analyzing stuff? You like playing games? You like critiquing. You like to write poetry. You like to draw. You like to paint. You like to take pictures. You like to create. What interests do you have? Politics, religion? If you had a choice, what's your favorite thing to do? If you had a choice, if money was not an issue, if time was not an issue, what's your favorite thing to do? Some of this, underlying some of this interest, is the clue to your why. What do you love to read on a typical day? What do you love to read? What do you love to watch? What do you like to learn about? When you meet a person, what questions do you ask? What are you curious about? Those might be clues to your why. What are your core values? What are those values that make you think? What are those things that, that kind of rev the internal clock in you? What are you passionate about? As you can see, I'm passionate about just sharing with people. What do you love? What is that thing that when you do it, you light up, brings out the best in you? You're passionate about, you're passionate about this, about serving. You're passionate about being an usher in church. You're passionate about, speaking to people. You're passionate about this or that and the other. That might be a clue to your why. What is your personal mission? Do you have a personal mission? Do you have a mission statement? Do you have something that guides you, that you've identified as a need that the world has that you want to meet? What is your profession? What is that thing that you're interested in, or that's your mission that you could be paid for? What is your vocation? What are you good at? We'll explore this a little bit more. So your core values, the values that matter to you, the values that make you think, you like to travel, you want to be a career person, you're family oriented, it has to be something that you could do with your family or something you can do at home. As far as your passion, how can you tie your passion into the other aspects of your life? If money was not an issue, if all your bills were paid, what would you want your life to look like? What's your favorite topic? What is it that, just comes naturally to you when conversation is going on? That's all about your passion, what you're passionate about. Your personal mission. How do your goals align with what society and the culture around you? How do your goals align with the needs of the society, of your culture? What is your natural inclination? I like to talk, you can see.
Well, you talk good things, though.
Is there something that your community needs from you? Is there some gap? Is there some gap? Is there some need that your community has that you can meet, you can fulfill? That's your mission. Are there opportunities for you to volunteer? Are there charities that align with your values? That's how you build your mission, your personal mission. A lot of times we think that, our careers define, our purpose, or that whatever we're doing right now is, our purpose. I challenge you to rethink and perhaps understand that that profession, that career is, it's just a vehicle. It's a vehicle to help you achieve your purpose. So how are you leveraging the opportunity that your career gives you to be able to fulfill the mission, to be able to, fulfill your passion? How are you building a bridge between your profession, your career, and your passion, and your God-given, motivation and your why? What opportunities do you have for professional development? So maybe you like to take pictures. Maybe you like to tell stories. What opportunities are there for you to improve, the skills, to acquire the skills, to do it better to do it professionally. So you can merge your profession with your passion. As far as your vocation, what are your natural talents? What opportunities are there for you to turn your talents into a hustle, your side hustle? Because I don't encourage anyone, when you discover your why, I'm not saying quit your job right away, but there has to be a way for you to begin to build on that passion as a side hustle. Begin to, save up money from your job, begin to put a reserve together so that when the time comes and it's time to take that leap, you'll be ready. But you need to first identify your natural talents and how you could, leverage them, how you could milk them, if I dare use that word, to become more fulfilled. Thomas Edison says that the value of an idea lies in using the idea. So we can talk all we want today about your why, the benefits, your core values, your passion, your mission, your vocation. But the question is, what steps do you need to take to begin that discovery process? So let me spend a little time and talk to us about a personal SWOT. SWOT. And this is an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Well, before you go into that, just everyone joining right now, please help us share this video. We want as many audience as possible to listen in. We're talking live with Dr. Princess Mokolo out of Houston, Texas. And she is a professional in so many things that she does, and one of my mentors also. So please, let's help others to listen in on what she is sharing with us. It's going to change lives. These are the mistakes that our churches are making today. They teach you the word of God, but they don't teach you anything outside on how to sustain that word that you're listening in from church. So bringing a holistic package to your life like this will not just make you successful in the world, which is WORLD, but it will make you successful in the word, WORD, of God that you are listening to. So please share this video and let's take it on again. Thank you.
Well, awesome. I'm just going to piggyback on that, and that's a perfect segue. So, hearing you talk about the connection between what we learn in the word and what we do gives me permission to say that even the word encourages us to identify our why,
That's
to
right.
identify our purpose. And what does the word say in Habakkuk? It's not just about, okay, so this is my why, this is my passion. The word says, write it down, make it plain,
Plain. That's right.
so that you and everybody else can run with it. So close your eyes for a minute and imagine yourself in an airplane, and you're sitting in that airplane and you have no destination in mind. It can take you anywhere.
Yeah.
You have no country, no city. You're just in
Just
the airplane.
fly.
You're going wherever it takes you. If you have not identified your why, that could be your situation. You could just be flying around the world without a destination in sight. Your big why is your destination. And that's why we want to put some structure around this process. So, how about we start by you identifying your strengths? Your strengths are the things that are helpful to you. Your weaknesses, what are the things that are harmful to you, harmful to your purpose, harmful to your God-given direction? What are those things that you need to break? What are those habits? What are those places you go to, things that you do, how you carry yourself that is not going to help you fulfill your why? What opportunities are there in your external environment after the COVID-19, saga, after this pandemic? What opportunities do you foresee? This is the time to reflect. When it's all over, everyone's going to be on the rush to move on the rush to take a leap to wherever this takes us. So you need to sit back now and do your design, do your strategy crafting. This is the time to do your planning so that you're ready to go. So what opportunities might there be in the external environment? What opportunities might there be in your, internal surrounding? What threats are out there? From your perception, what are some of the things that might threaten your professional life, your relationship, your business idea, your life? What are the things that might threaten it? So in order for you to identify your why, in addition to everything else that we've talked about, it's good to take a moment and reflect on your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, threats. So if you're a professional, if you're somebody trying to start a business, some of the strengths you might be looking at might be, what professional qualities do you have? What do you do well? What is your level of education? What are your biggest achievements? What are your personal qualities that you can leverage? This could be some of the strengths that you could articulate, because remember, write the vision down, make it plain. If you know your strengths, then you can build on them. You can, leverage on them. You can leverage those strengths for achieving your purpose. Some of the weaknesses that you might consider are, what are the things you're not so good at? What are the things that you need to improve on? What are some of your personal flaws? And if you're not objective enough to identify them, you may ask the people around you. Ask your children.
Oh,
Ask your partner. Ask your neighbors. Ask your colleagues at work. Ask your business partners. Ask your stakeholders. Our Lord Jesus set that example for us when he asked, who do men say that I am? That's a question that we must all ask at some point in our lives. And we must not be, scared of the response, because that's how growth happens. So we're back to questions, because it's the questions that will lead us to the answer about our big why. So as far as your weaknesses go, what are the tasks that you usually avoid doing? That could be a clue to some things you're weak at. Maybe you have experienced some failure or the other in life. Reflect on those failures and identify the root cause of those failures. Those will lead you to your weaknesses. Write them down. We're talking about a personal SWOT analysis, SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay, so opportunities. What trends are there in your professional area, in your career area, in your interest area? What are the trends? Today, we can see that everything social media, everything remote seems to be a trend. So there might be opportunities there for you to achieve your why, your big why, for you to actualize your passion. Okay, we're doing a show today, and it's basically costing us, pennies and dimes. When I first started to do my show, I had to go to the TV station. I had to take a course as a producer and then learn all the camera operations and all the sound and all of that, a lot of investments. And then I had to opt for free, the Houston Free Media service. So it's a free channel. And with that, you don't know when they're going to air you, when they're going to broadcast your show. But look at us today. We're coming to you live without all the props and all the cameras and all the crew. So that's an opportunity for you to do a whole lot of things that might align with your passion. Okay, We're talking about opportunities, and this is usually external. What can you do to improve your education? Again, today, there's so much being offered because of the pandemic. We have a lot of the universities offering free courses, free programs. There's what we call massive open online learning, massive open online courses. Coursera, Udemy, and a whole lot of these are offering you opportunities for either free or very low cost courses. How can you improve yourself? How can you get noticed? How can you build on your followership, your social media following, for you to be able to showcase your passion? If you go on YouTube, you see a lot of people, some of them, English may not even be their first language, but they teach you how to cook. And they have hundreds of thousands of followers because they're able to showcase what they know, and they get noticed because they're on the right channel. They're using the right channel. They're leveraging the opportunities in the environment, in the external environments. A lot of people are working from home. So ask yourself, is that going to be the new norm for you? Could that save you on some rent or the other as you identify your passion, as you identify your why? If what will challenge your why is maybe the cost of infrastructure and all that, are you able to use the tools for working at home? Identify who can support you in achieving your big why. We're talking about opportunities. Who can help you? Who can you collaborate with? Today's world is all about collaborating. Write all of these down. This is your SWOT. This is your personal SWOT. Then take a moment and be realistic about the threats that could challenge your actualizing your why. The threats that, might stop you from recognizing, identifying your why, or the threats that are in your external environment. What are the obstacles you face daily? Who and what may get in your way? Friends, family, spouse, colleagues, competitors? Identify them. Make a note of them so that you can evaluate how serious or threats they are and how you can mitigate their potential to stop you in your tracks. Remember, we said when you identify your why, you become unstoppable in your quest to achieve your success. So in order for you to be unstoppable, you need to know what could be in your way and who could be in your way. Technology could be a threat. Everyone's talking social media, everyone's talking online, everyone's, learning on the internet and all of that. If your why includes your leveraging technology and you are not technology savvy, that's a threat. Some people cannot type text messages. Some people do not know how to navigate their phones. And all of a sudden, your children need you to help them get online, need you to help them research their homework. So that's a threat. Do your SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and use those to bring together your thoughts about your interest, your passion, your vocation, your mission. Tie it all together and see how you could make a change in your world, your immediate environment. Push it forward, the world, at large. Self-awareness about where you lack expertise. Self-awareness about your experience and your acumen. Self-awareness about where you're not so confident. If you become aware because you have written this vision down, because you've identified your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities in your environment, and the threats, you will increase by so many levels your confidence, your self-worth, your social skills. Research, research, research. So important. And as you talk about as we talk about identifying your why, as we talk about identifying what it is that causes you to jump up from bed, what it is that makes you, keeps you awake at night, what is it that excites you? As we talk about all of that, I want to encourage everyone to put together a vision board. Get a piece of paper, get a board, get on your computer, put together visuals of the things that interest you, the things that you're aspiring to, the things that you want to achieve, your goals. Put them together in picture form. Put it somewhere that you can look at it and be motivated. Put it somewhere that you can be reminded, because when you know your why, when you identify your why, the next thing is you want to run with it. And when you have a vision board that represents your why, you begin to, on a daily basis, draw inspiration from that. And as you make decisions, as you walk that pathway, you want to constantly ask yourself, does this align with my why? Does this fit into the big picture? Am I working in line with the plan? Because remember, we said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now remember that your plan, so that your why will not change. The fundamental of your why, of your passion, of your reason for being may not change. So stay focused on it. You will have pitfalls along the way. You will have, failure, but a lot of that has to do with the how. So if the how isn't working, it does not mean that you will give up on the why. And that's why you have to go through the rigorous process of identifying that why, asking all the questions that we've asked, drilling yourself to understand why you're choosing to do what you're doing. Why is it important? Why does it matter? When you've gone through all of that process, then stay focused. And at the very least, you can change the how. So this marketing strategy is not working. This, this process is not working. This location is not working. You can change all of that, but stay focused on your why. I hope I have been able to excite something in you.
Yes, absolutely.
I hope that I'm able to awaken something in you as far as taking this time that we all have to go on this journey, to reflect on what excites you, what causes you the most fulfillment, what inspires you. I hope I've been able to excite you into seeking to find your why, your big why. And this conversation is not over. We're going to have plenty of time in future to move the needle beyond identifying your why to exploring what to do, what next.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Princess. This is amazing. Like, if you notice, I'm constantly looking down because I'm taking notes for myself. The few things that you've taught me behind the scene personally has helped me grow. It has helped me to step into my destiny, so to say. It is just the beginning, and a lot of the things you taught me since I met you 2 years ago, I have put a lot of them in practice. One particular one was the ability to be able to listen, to stay focused and listen to my inner self. That has helped me in my marriage. It has helped me in my relationship with a lot of people because, again, we that talks for a living, we talk. So the tendency to overpower the other person saying something super important is always there. So from talking with you all the time and the secret things that you share with me, when I leave the phone, I sit back and I reflect on them. And it has really helped me grow tremendously. So guys, some of the secret of the things you see me do openly, this is part of it. My talking secretly with people of great minds like this. Because one thing that I've noticed in life is a lot of the times you have people pregnant with beautiful ideas. I mean, ideas that could change the world, and they do nothing about it. And before you know it, they're gone, and those ideas go with them. A lot of the times I hear people say that the best place to get great ideas is 6 feet below, which is not
Agree.
supposed to be that way.
It's a
So,
repertoire of, it's a bank of ideas that never materialized,
and never
dreams that were
will.
never fulfilled.
Yes. So these kind of discussions are very, very crucial for the time that we live today, because life is short. People say life is short. It is obviously true now, that everything that you ever think was such an important and that you add so much value to can be taken away in a second, just like the period, the season that we are in now. So, guys, we're going to take the next 10 minutes to take questions. I'm trying to keep the show really short now because it's taking me so long to edit. So we're going to be keeping it short so you can be able to go back and reflect on the things that you have learned. Just a little recap while before we take the questions that I already have, and whoever has a question, please post it. The people watching on the watch party, I can't really see your comments there. So please send it on my WhatsApp number. That way I will be able to reach to it. Some of the things that Dr. Mokolo was saying earlier was find your strength. Find your strength. It could be a clue for what you're supposed to do. Find your passion. Your passion will keep you awake, and you might be able to build on it. Stay focused. Stay focused. The how you would figure out later. I'm just paraphrasing, just keeping it short. Stay focused, build on your strength. Go into your SWOT. The SWOT, she explained, is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. What are those things that are scary? Dive into it. Maybe that's where your opportunity is. What like, spoke about the seasons that we're in, social media. Maybe you're afraid of getting on social media because you're not technically savvy, just like me. She trains me on most of these technical things. And my beautiful lady, Lillian Emefiele, she's very technical savvy. She takes days and show me things step by step. I speak with Isokem IB. She knows some tricks here and there on Instagram. So I use those strength from people around me to build on my weaknesses, because I want to get better. So she spoke about Udemy. It's a place where you can learn free things. They're offering a lot of free trainings online today. Build on that. And what else? Have a vision board. That I did. And Doctor, you know what? Just to add to that, I realized that the things you wrote down are the things that actually come to pass even without you knowing. And all of a sudden, you're moving and you see a paper and you wrote something down. You're like, hey, I didn't know I wrote that down. That came to pass. So the
Yes.
things you write down, they're super, super, super important. I am a living witness because when you read them, it makes you want to achieve that thing because you wrote it down. Okay? Listen to your inner self. So let me just send the first question while I wait for whoever have questions online. The first question that came last night when I posted was, I have a lot of dreams. I have a lot of dreams, but I live in a country where limitations are inevitable. The government will not help me. Family members are not able to help. Friends don't have, and I need money to start this dream that is in me. What do I do what do I do if I don't want to borrow?
Well, I've heard a lot of people talk about finances when they're talking about their dreams.
Yeah.
And my question usually is, how well have you articulated that dream first? Because often we have the temptation of, first of all, thinking about, oh, what is it going to cost? And, oh, I'm not sure I can afford it. So my response would be, first of all, articulate that dream. Put it together in form of a business plan. Put all the steps and everything that is required. Because if you don't have the funding today, if you walk into an opportunity for that funding, you have to be sure that you're ready. My other response is, instead of talking about what you want to do, how about you start your conversations? How about you review your conversations, change your conversations to talking about why you want to do what you want to do. So that dream that you have, that you're looking for someone to give you funding, you're looking for, when you encounter the people that might help you, or maybe you don't even know that the person you're talking to can help you, talk more about why you're trying to do what you're trying to do. Talk more about the why of your dream versus the how and the what. And that might just trigger an interest that you were not expecting. That might just engender collaboration support. The person you're talking to might have a piece of that puzzle. It's not always about money. If you tell me why you're trying to do what your dream is leading you to, and part of your why requires accommodation, I might be able to tell you to use, a room in my office. If you tell me your why, and part of that requires a laptop, I may be able to, find you a laptop. So let's start talking in terms of the why of our dreams. And let's be very open to communicating that why. What impact are we trying to make? What change are we trying to bring about? And it might improve the opportunity for people to step up and support us.
Thank you so much. I hope that answers your question. Thank you, guys. I see a lot of us are just coming in. Sister Gbemi all the way from Calgary, Hajia from London, Dr. Manohar from India. Wow. Thank you, guys. Nigeria, I see you guys in the house. Thank you guys so much for joining. Just share the video. Our topic today is boldly placed on the show, Discover Your Why. And we are talking with Dr. Princess Mokolo out of Houston, Texas. She just downloaded so much information and tips on how we can discover our why and stay relevant and stay sustaining our dreams and how to become successful. And she is just picking up some questions before we close. We have another 8 minutes, so please send in your question. The next question, thank you so much for answering that question. The next question is, let me see which one I can pick that we would. Okay, so the next question is, what is the worst decision that you've ever made in your life and you regretted? This is a personal question to you. And what is the best decision you've ever made and you live forever to be grateful?
That might take some reflecting. Let me see. That might take some reflecting. So let me say, it's hard for me to say a worst or best, but I can say one off. It's easier to say one off. So maybe one of the decisions that I've taken in life that I regret will be, let me see. Yes. So somebody approached me about a business opportunity, and usually I go through a structured decision process. I go through a decision process of, what is this? What are the alternatives? Why am I trying to do this? What is the research? What is the data? But that one time I got carried away because of my relationship with the person, because of the respect I had for the person and my trust and everything. And, just the way that they pitched the idea, I bought it and I ran with it. And so I made an investment in a business opportunity using a different process from the process that I normally use. I normally go through, like I said, why am I doing this? What are the alternatives? What are the options? What's the cost benefit? What are the risks? I just went with it. And it was regrettable because I lost, money, obviously. And I dare say that friendship was never the same because eventually I also found out that there were things that the person did not share. There were, there were, some gray areas that the person exaggerated. So that would be one of the worst decisions I've made. And the learning process here for everybody is the fact that I did not use a structured process. In line with what we're saying, I did not connect that opportunity to my why. I did not put it to the why test. I did not see how that opportunity aligned with my purpose and with my big why. And so it was a bad decision. Best decision that I've ever made. Well, being with you all today and sharing this, this navigation, facilitating this conversation, because I have gained so much from just talking about these things. I've learned so much myself from talking to you about the big why, that I'm sure that it will make a great impact in my life.
Thank you so much for that response. We have take this quick question from one of the audience. Okay, guys, you know the age is coming. We gotta wear that 4 eyes, the second eyes. Okay, I can see clearly now.
That the rain is gone. Don't get me dancing now, because that's my
I know on Friday is our dancing day, so guys, don't miss out. Okay, the question is from Igwoje Emmanuel. Please, how can you take charge and take control of your dreams?
How can you take charge and take control of your dreams? There's so much we can talk about that. That's a whole, session. But let me just throw out a few tips. Be your own driver. You want to take charge of your dreams? Be your own driver. Don't allow your buttons to be pushed, because they say if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks, you never get to your destination. So stay focused on that dream. If you stay focused on the dream, you're taking charge, because you're not allowing the distractions to become an obstacle or a reason for failure. Stay focused on the dream. Follow it. Work the dream. Again, if you want to take charge of your dream, I hope you have, first of all, written it down. Write the vision down. Make it plain. In order to take charge of your dreams, you want to make sure that you've tested your dreams, that you have evaluated your dreams, that you are working from data, that you're working from research, that you have fine-tuned that, the actions that are going to go, into actualizing the dreams. So when you have researched and you're working with data, stay focused. If you stay focused, then the distractions are not going to deter you from success. Stay focused. Write it down. Research everything that will make that dream successful. Talk to people that have been successful in, pursuits that are similar to your dream. Talk to people that are successful. Look for mentors. Look for coaches. Look for cheerleaders. Look for people that will cheer you on.
When you talk of cheerleader, just quickly, 2 minutes before I close. Thank you so much, Sarah Moyi. Yeah, I see you from Kenya. Oh my goodness, it's 2 a.m. in India, and about 10 or 11 somewhere there in Kenya, and you still up to watch us. Thank you. Sarah is a coach and a trainer too. She was one time on our show, and it was super powerful. I love you so much. Susan West, she's going to be taking on a show section from London. She is a wonderful jazz singer, and she's a presenter also. So you guys are on for a big, huge fun. Quickly before I let our doctor leave here, on this show also, like I said to you guys, we promote, Goji said thank you for answering his question. We promote everybody, every and anybody. As long as you're doing something great, Queen is for you. Queen will support you. Please follow Dr. Princess Mokolo on Instagram. Her 2 websites are under construction, and I put her Instagram handle quite often on the show. So please follow her. Make sure you're following her on Instagram at Lucima Charity. He told you, instead of putting her personal page, she put the charity. This is where her passion is, helping people. So make sure you're doing that. And follow me on Instagram at the Queen Amina Show. It's right there, the Queen Amina. All right, guys. And today we're talking about discovering a purpose. She's gone through a whole lot of tips that even me, I'm going to go back on my notes. I hope you guys taking note. I'm moving from here to another show. There's Lillian Emefiele. She has the Healthy Gist, where she teaches you on tips on how to stay healthy. Make sure you're following her on YouTube. Isokem IB, building up the entertainment industry on Instagram. Make sure you're following her also. You know, anybody that has anything to do, please bring it on to me. I will promote it right here on our show. There is no competition, guys. The world is so large. There's so much for everybody. No limitations. Don't allow money to limit you. Don't allow weakness to limit you. Don't allow words of people to limit you. No limitation. You have all it takes inside of you to achieve all you want to achieve. So if you've learned nothing today, please take home with you that Dr. Mokolo said, quote her, find your why and you will be successful. So no limitation, right? All right, guys, let's show her some love, some icons, some hands up, some everything, and say big thank you, big smile. Thank you so much, Dr. Mokolo, for coming on the show. And hopefully you'll be hosting some of these shows with me because you said you're a host. Yeah?
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
You guys can see she agreed publicly.
Take me up on that promise. Yeah,
okay.
take me up on that promise.
Awesome. So, guys, look out for her coming on the show to host the shows for us. Yeah, I'm super excited. Can you sing one song for us? There was a song you were singing yesterday. Can you please?
Don't get me started. Savior, the one you saved has come to worship you.
Amen.
Savior, the one you healed has come to worship you.
Woo!
You can see I don't have the voice, but I have the passion.
You have the voice and you're singing wonderful. I am loving this show. Unfortunately, we have to go, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We look forward to seeing more of you again.
Vision, purpose, focus.
Oh, I will. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, guys. 1 second here. Let me figure out what I'm doing. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the show today. I hope you learned something, and I hope it's something that you would take with you to help you to navigate through life in the world of business, the world of your relationship with others, in anything that you do, even in church. I hope it's something that would help you to prosper, something that will help you to go further in life. These kinds of informations you would be paying so much money to gain. On our show, by the grace of God, these people are volunteering their time and their knowledge to come and share with us. So please, the least you can do for us is share the video. Let many people watch it instead of the sex video going viral or whatever nonsense videos that are going viral. Make valuable videos like this to go viral because you're adding value to someone's life. All right, guys, I love you very much. Click like on my page, the Queen Amina Show on Facebook page, and follow me on Instagram because there's some tips that I will be giving on Instagram before the show every day. So make sure you're following on Instagram. See you guys tomorrow, same time at 2 p.m. Tomorrow is Friday and it's our dancing day. We're going to be having a live concert from individual homes. They'll be performing live on our show here, showing us how we can use music as a therapeutical tool, especially in times like this. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, 2 p.m. Toronto time, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. So have a safe night and stay home, stay safe. God bless you.